Recently, I have become obsessed with widescreen, but more to the point, widescreen before its time. Now, 16:9 gaming only becomes standardized during the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 generation of consoles. But despite that, a lot of game developers actually put 16:9 options in their games before the advent of widescreen TVs. And through the power of emulation, we can use hacks, cheat codes, and patches to get all of these games that aren't supported in widescreen to display in proper anamorphic 16:9. Now, there were 6 consoles that supported widescreen before it was standardized. So that's PS1, PS2, Xbox, Dreamcast, N64, and the focus of today's video, Nintendo GameCube. So the idea of this project is to pre-configure all of these games into widescreen on a per game basis, and then provide all of those pre-configured files to you guys so you can just drop them into your emulator, skipping all of the laborious and long setup. So I just want to make it as easy as possible for everyone to play these games in widescreen. Now, with the GameCube widescreen project, I've separated it into 2 parts. This first part is going to be covering the native widescreen games, and the second part is going to be covering the hacked widescreen games. And I've done this because not everybody is into hacking widescreen, so I wanted to make sure that everybody's got the choice to have the native stuff separately. There are 81 native widescreen games for the GameCube, which was actually way more than what I expected. And this includes 2 outliers and 1 bonus game. Now, that bonus game is NASCAR 2005. This was actually developed with widescreen in mind, but actually went unused at release. But someone's come along and created an AR code for it to unlock that feature, which is great. And the 2 outliers are Beyond Good and Evil and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. These games have a 16:9 letterboxed image, and these were really for 4:3 TVs. But Dolphin Standalone doesn't have an option just to straight up zoom into the image. So there is no way to get these into full screen, but they're still rendering in 16:9. The native widescreen option for some of these games is actually a little bit broken. So to give you an example, Burnout 1 and 2 appear a little bit squished, and with LEGO Star Wars, the camera zoom breaks when you select it to widescreen. But what people have done is created AR and Gecko codes to fix these issues, and I've applied them as standard. And I've also applied any kind of enhancements. So to give you an example of that, the 60 FPS enhancement for the Ty the Tasmanian Tiger games. And also with European games that don't have a 60Hz option, I've made sure to use codes to unlock that as standard. To download and use these pre-configured files for Dolphin is actually really easy. So just bring yourself over to this Launchbox forum page here, the link will be in the description below, and then click download this file. And as you can see, I provided 2 different versions of these files. So one is 16:9 forced and the other one is stretched to fit the window. And there is a slight difference between the 2. When using 16:9 forced, these games will come up just shy of filling the entire screen, but there will be no distortion and no stretching. But if you use the stretch to fit option, obviously you're filling the entire screen, but you are going to get some stretching and distortion, so the choice is yours. I've also made sure to completely idiot-proof this entire pre-configuration by deactivating the widescreen hack for all of these games. So even if you have it on in your main configuration, it's not going to step in and mess up these games. And I've also made sure to configure for every single version of the game. So if a game has a Japanese version, a US version, and multiple European versions, I've pre-configured for all of them. So no matter the version that you have, it is going to work, making this also non-English speaking friendly. Once you've downloaded your preferred version, you now need to get these files into the correct location. So just open up the zip file, no need to unzip it because the files are so small. And if you're running Dolphin in portable mode, you'll be able to tell because you'll have this portable text document here. Now, if you don't have that, I recommend actually creating one and placing it in here, which puts Dolphin into portable mode, which is what I prefer. So if you don't have that portable text document, just right click, new, create a new text document and call it portable text, and you don't need to put anything inside it. It just basically signifies to Dolphin that you're using it in portable mode. So once you've done that, if it isn't already there, just go into User, Game Settings, select all of these and put them in that folder there. Wait for that to transfer across. And there we go, that's all done. Now, if you don't want Dolphin in portable mode, the folder location that we need to put these in is a little bit different. So go to your C drive, go into users, go into your username, app data, roaming, and then there'll be a Dolphin folder in this location here. Go into that and you'll find that same game settings folder. But I do recommend using Dolphin in portable mode instead. Now do keep in mind that all of these games will appear stretched until you change them in their in-game settings to their widescreen option. And that's the only thing that you have to do. But once you've done that, that's it. GameCube widescreen in all its glory. There we go. That's how to get all of these native widescreen games working in Dolphin without having to put in all of that hard work yourself. Now, if I managed to save you some time today, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to keep up to date and be ready for part 2, you know what to do. And apart from that, go play some games. Adios.